David Lucky. I'm Director of Product Management here at Datapipe. You're currently watching one of our 5 and 15 webinars where we cover a hot topic in the cloud industries in 5 slides and 15 minutes. So we'll keep it short. So given that we're on the clock already, we'd like to jump right in and introduce you to today's webinar topic, which is going to be on 2-Factor Secure Cloud Access. And I have joining me today our guest, Amir Naftali, co-founder and CTO of FortyCloud. Amir, you want to say hello?
Hi, everyone.
Great to have you on board. Also, I want to note that during this session, if you have questions, you can reach us via Twitter using the hashtag DP5in15, and you can see that on the screen today. So why don't we dive right in? And again, on our topic today is a challenge that we're seeing out in the industry and securing access to cloud deployments. And as cloud continues to evolve, more solutions are helping clients to manage those securely. To make that feasible for enterprises so they can access and deploy applications via the public cloud, a common issue is remote access users, whether those might be quality assistants or UI developers or just remote access in general. Those users need to access AWS or other cloud resources in a secure manner. And that's been a challenge to have that kind of parity with what they're able to access their physical solutions. And it's not an easy way to manage and distribute that access securely to remote access users. We've seen this challenge in a number of areas. There's been some various solutions to it, from writing corporate networks, which adds latency to issues, to other workarounds, so to speak. And today we're going to give you an idea around a solution that we've partnered up with FortyCloud in developing. So some of those challenges I alluded to earlier are the security standards found in traditional IT environments don't always translate to the public cloud. Enterprises are having risks of unleashing control of an organization's data and resources, and it's still a concern in allowing that access out on the public cloud. However, there's an easy way to create and manage and distribute credentials with a solution we'll talk about today that this has been a challenge for. Those credentials grant access to the networks to all users is an issue. We want to be able to clients want to be able to limit that access and have role-based access, such as having database admins only access the database portion of a solution, or UI developers only accessing those portions of the solution where that's relevant. And be able to translate that to also remote users so that that access is translated from a remote VPN location all the way through to a customer solution. This will allow clients to continue to be able to utilize the public cloud. And the public cloud provides so many benefits between flexibility, scalability, and the power of public clouds, which can be limited with security concerns that we've alluded to here earlier. And we'd like to talk to you a little further about our solution that we have. And it's called Datapipe's 2-Factor Secure Cloud Access for Amazon Web Services. This solution integrates Datapipe Auth, which is a 2-factor authentication solution, which is a password and PIN that is managed centrally. And that, combined with FortyCloud software as a service security model, delivers this enhanced security, access, and control to clients' Amazon or other cloud environments that we've been speaking about. Why don't I loop in here, Amir, and you can talk a little about the solution in a little more detail for our listeners.
Yeah, thank you very much, David. So in this case, the FortyCloud Security Gateway will act as basically a VPN gateway and a firewall, where it's going to start by terminating the end-user VPN session and authenticating the end-user while using the Datapipe auth solution going to factor authentication. Once the end-user was authenticated and access was granted, the FortyCloud Gateway will act as the firewall and enforce the right policies that are entitled for that specific user. So that basically is the solution which FortyCloud enables along with Datapipe here in the public cloud scenarios.
Yeah, we're very excited about the solution. Maybe you could talk a little about how a customer, an end user would, how that flow would work.
Okay, excellent. So an end user will basically use kind of a standard VPN client. So you can bring a OpenVPN or your LTTP client there where you already have them installed in your operating system. And you can use them to open that user-based VPN to the FortyCloud gateway, which you already have deployed in your cloud environment. Once you do that, as I mentioned, the whole authentication and authorization process will happen. And once that is done, basically you will be granted the network access to your cloud resources based on your entitlement. So basically what the solution gives you is network-based access control to your cloud environment. Thank you, David.
And maybe you can also speak a little bit how that would integrate with Amazon's environment and their VPCs.
Right. So definitely in Amazon environment, when we're starting to think about policies and we're starting to think about the size of deployments and the amount of instances that people are running, things get to be a bit more complex. Now with FortyCloud, you have basically several options. One of the options when you're thinking about policies is to just write a simple set of IP-based policies. Those are doable, but if your environment is dynamic and things constantly change, then it's going to be very hard to manage these kind of policies. What FortyCloud gateways provide you is a way for you to deploy policies that are associated with your cloud resources. So you don't deploy policies and enforce policies just based on IP addresses. You actually can write a policy that says, I allow this group of users to access this group of resources that are identified by, let's say, an Amazon tag or an Amazon security group. What the FortyCloud gateway will do for you is that they are going to discover those resources dynamically. So you don't have to actually write the IP address, you just write the security group in FortyCloud. And then once you authenticate and get access to your, gain access, basically the FortyCloud gateway will discover the resources and deploy the right policies for you. Now the nice thing is that if your environments will change, so if let's say you launch new instances or remove instances, then your policy will dynamically change. So you don't have to do anything. Basically the FortyCloud gateway will discover the changes and update the policy accordingly while you are working in the cloud.
Great, thanks. And that leads nicely into a little discussion around what that value provides to clients, where now I think AWS users can access data securely, and they can do that regardless of their location through this solution with a secure encrypted VPN, particularly for remote access. And again, as we mentioned earlier, it's improving security, making security standards that our clients, our enterprise clients are used to in the traditional physical environment, and applying those standards onto the public cloud environments. One of the things that this addresses is putting a stop to hacking practices known as brute force or password phishing by removing the risk of passwords being compromised through this solution from an end-to-end solution. It also provides role-based access, which we both talked about earlier. It provides an administration, a central administration can control, monitor, and report on employees' remote access, which can also be a PCI requirement, for 2-factor authentication. Be able to secure VPN access, disable inactive users within specified time periods, such as 90 days, and then also limiting access based on the role. One thing I also wanted to point out, at Datapipe, we're a premier partner of Amazon, and we can deploy this 2-factor secure cloud access for our solutions. Datapipe will plan, build, and run the service as part of an overall security and depth model that we can help design and architect for our clients to provide them the kind of security that they're used to and accustomed to for their particular requirements. Anything you want to add to this slide, Amir, in terms of the value that we discussed?
Oh, so this is great. So you've presented very key, important information. I think that from the point of view that we're looking at agility as one of the important factors that we also provide our customers. Security is no longer something that is cumbersome. Security is something that it's one click away from you, and it's aligned with how you work in the cloud environment. So in the cloud environment, you are used to quickly deploy your entire deployment in one click. So security is going to be one of those things you're quickly deploying, and again, everything is one click away from you with FortyCloud. Everything is very easily managed, and you can basically launch a FortyCloud solution in a matter of, I would say, 15 minutes, and you're done.
Right, and I think the end user experience is one that they're used to, and it's a fairly simple one. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, definitely. Everything is. We have tried to make everything visualized and present things in a graphical manner, so it's very, very clear to see how things are structured, how the network looks like, and what needs to be done in order to fix a problem or change something in your network. Definitely.
Right. So if given what we've been able to go over today, if folks listening in today or have questions, certainly you can reach out to me. This is David Lucky. I'm Director of Product Management at Datapipe. I can be reached at dlucky@datapipe.com or the Twitter handle that we mentioned earlier. Amir, why don't you share with the audience your contact information as well?
Definitely. So my email is amir@FortyCloud.com. Very easy. And you can also see us at our site, www.fortycloud.com.
And we also have some additional resources we've linked here on our WebEx here. You can see additional details, and feel free to reach out to us here at Datapipe. If you have questions about this solution, we'll be happy to give you a demo and provide more details around it and some of the use cases, because we are seeing this being a high priority need for a number of our enterprise clients. Amir, do you want to say anything on our sign-off here today?
No, you have summarized that excellent. You can also reach us through our FortyCloud as well. We also provide 30 days free trial if folks are willing to try it out. So definitely you have summarized it excellently.
Thank you, Amir, for participating today, and thank you all for joining in. This is David Lucky for 5 and 15 at Datapipe. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.